It's a normal Tuesday in Kentucky, or at least, that's what it seems at first. The neighbors can't help noticing a strong smell of burnt meat, and a sudden heavy noise tells them where this smell comes from. A group of cows run down the road with their backs on fire as a mysterious spaceship flies away from Earth. The spaceship enters a tunnel of Mars and, seconds later, a whole fleet is leaving the planet and making its way to ours. The next day, Press Secretary Jerry presents pictures of the UFOs to American President Dale, claiming that people will love it if they make an official announcement about them. Uptight General Decker disagrees, saying this should be a national secret and they should get ready to defend the planet, but General Casey thinks Decker's jumping to conclusions because they don't even know if these aliens are hostile. Scientific advisor Professor Kessler points that these must be intelligent, peaceful beings, because by definition, an advanced civilization isn't barbaric. Dale decides to ignore Decker's worries and go ahead with the official announcement on TV. The rest of the world doesn't even suspect what's coming and they're living their everyday lives as usual. First Lady Marcia insists on redecorating the White House, ignoring her daughter Taffy's disapproval. In Las Vegas, ex-boxer Byron is working at a casino when he receives a call from his ex-wife Louise, who is worried because their 2 sons haven't been home in 2 nights. Byron tells her to take it easy because that's just how teenagers are at that age, and he promises to visit soon. Casino operator Land argues with his hippie wife Barbara, a recovering alcoholic that is tired of sitting around the casino and watching others drink while her husband works. Instead of paying some attention to her, Land gets her off his back by giving her money so she can go gambling. In New York, talk show host Natalie calls her boyfriend news reporter Jason to show off the fact the president will cut in her show for the official announcement. Jason doesn't understand how this is possible since Natalie's show is far from serious, but soon her words prove to be true when Dale appears on TV to announce the incoming arrival of Martians. Everyone in the country is watching, including young Richie while he works at the donut store, and Barbara while she meditates, thinking the visit of aliens is a sign. The people at the casino, like Byron and his co-worker Cindy, are watching too. In fact, everyone stops what they're doing to do so except for a rude gambler that wants to keep on playing. The next day, every newspaper publishes pictures of the spaceships. Jason gets jealous because Natalie will be having Kessler at her show, which doesn't make sense either. She's also the only person their dog will listen to. In Kansas, Richie returns home to learn his brother Billy is joining the military, which makes their parents very proud. Grandmother Florence, however, isn't in a good mental state and never understands what's going on. In Washington, Louise is going through her usual route as a bus driver but stops when she sees her sons Cedric and Neville at the arcade. The boys are very good at the game they've chosen, which involves shooting aliens, but Louise doesn't let them finish their match. She just grabs them by their jackets and scolds them for cutting class as she drags them into the bus, where she receives applause from the passengers. In the same neighborhood, Jerry uses the work limo to pick up street workers. Later, Kessler appears in Natalie's show explaining that our probes didn't find out about the aliens before because they live under the surface of Mars. He also says he's always liked Natalie's work and flirts a lot with her, which explains why the government chose her show instead of a serious venue. It makes Jason even more jealous as well. Suddenly, TV signals all over the world are interrupted when the Martian leader appears on the screen, speaking a language humans can't understand and making a circular gesture with his hand. The White House holds an emergency meeting where Kessler explains his theories on Martian anatomy and insists they should be peaceful because they're smart. Another doctor presents his translation machine, but when he runs the Martian's transmission through it, only gibberish comes out. A few hours later, Jerry and Dale talk to the press, promising a diplomatic meeting with the aliens is in the works. Meanwhile, Billy's family and girlfriend see him out when he's leaving for the army base, and afterward, Richie drives Florence back to her nursing home. There, Florence spends most of her time listening to country music by Slim Whitman. In Las Vegas, Byron is going for his daily run when he's interrupted by Land, who needs Byron to beat up a guy for him that owes him money. Byron turns the job down, explaining he's trying to live an honest life now so he can get back together with his wife. In the evening, the Martians set some coordinates to let the government know they'll be landing in the Nevada desert. Decker wants the military to be present, and Dale agrees, but he gives the job to Casey, asking him to keep things quiet and double-check the list of guests so only key media attends. The next day, the entire army, including Billy, gets ready to receive the Martians at the special event. Both Jason and Natalie are transmitting for their shows, while Barbara puts up her meditating setup on a nearby hill. The entire world watches the aliens land on the red carpet they've prepared for them, although neither Natalie's nor Dale's dogs like the Martians and bark aggressively at them. Casey tries to shake the Martian ambassador's hand, but the alien doesn't understand the gesture, so Casey makes a circle on his hand instead, which is well received. The translating machine is supposed to be working well now, and Casey uses it to give the aliens a warm welcome. In return, the Martian ambassador says they've come in peace. Everyone in the audience begins celebrating and a hippie releases a dove, but it seems the aliens don't like this because they suddenly take out their ray guns and kill the bird. After killing Casey too, they begin attacking every person around them. The military fights back and Billy tries to do his part, but he gets killed as well. As the rest of the world watches the tragedy on TV, Jason looks for Natalie, and right when the couple gets to reunite, the aliens kill Jason and kidnap Natalie together with her dog. Not a single person is left alive at the location of the event, only Barbara got to save herself because she was far away. In the White House, Decker is eager to organize a counterattack that Marcia agrees with, but both Kessler and Taffy point out this could have been a cultural misunderstanding. Perhaps the dove means war in their culture. Considering they said they come in peace, Dale decides to try to communicate with the aliens first instead of rushing into war. Later in the evening, Dale sends a message using the translator together with a satellite, apologizing for any confusion and promising humanity means no harm. The message arrives at the Martian mothership, where the aliens are experimenting with different objects they've taken from Earth. However, they laugh at the message and throw it away. The alien leader finds Earth's adult magazines particularly curious and decides to do some experimenting of his own. This ends up with Natalie's head in a jar and her dog's head on her body. Meanwhile, Barbara finds Land still worrying more about his business than the planet's current problem, which drives her to drink again. One of the few aliens that were killed by the military is now being inspected by Kessler, who discovers the Martian's body is full of a disgusting green goo. Byron calls his family to check on them and learns his sons will be going on a tour of the White House with their school. Sometime later, the Martians send a message back to Earth, issuing a formal apology and asking permission to speak to Congress, which Dale accepts. The next day, the aliens land in Washington for the meeting, but the Secret Service doesn't allow Dale to attend as well. The Martian ambassador says a few words for Congress, but they don't get to translate them before the aliens attack again, killing every politician in the room and kidnapping Kessler. Dale has another meeting with his military leaders and apologizes to Decker for not having listened to him sooner, but still refuses to use nukes. They agree life should go as normal while they take care of this problem, and Dale appears on TV to promise his people that the government is still protecting them. While Barbara begins packing to run away and the aliens laugh at the president's naive message, Kessler wakes up in the mothership to find himself as a mere head. Natalie, whose head is now on her dog's body, comes to comfort him, and the two of them admit they like each other. In the evening, Jerry sees a mysterious gum-chewing woman taking a walk around the White House. Trying too hard to impress her, he invites her to come into the White House with him, which she accepts with just a nod. In fact, silence is all the woman does as Jerry guides her to a hidden room, but she does raise her hand a lot. This is because she's a Martian in disguise and uses her ring to record everything for the mothership. Once they reach the room, Jerry kisses the woman, but he's bothered by the gum. He puts his finger inside her mouth to take the gum out, causing the alien to bite his finger off as the mask finally breaks. Then, the Martian kills Jerry, takes out a new piece of gum to munch on, and rushes out of the room to find the president. The assassination attempt doesn't go well though. Dale's dog barks at the stranger's presence and wakes its masters up. The dog ends up dying as the alien ignores the things Marcia throws and grabs Dale to hold him at gunpoint, but soon security comes in and kills the Martian without having to hurt the president. When the alien body is inspected later by scientists, they discover the piece of gum is actually highly concentrated nitrogen that the disguised alien was using to breathe in our atmosphere. The Martian leader is furious about this failure and gives an order to finally invade Earth properly. Kessler and Natalie continue to comfort each other with words while the Martians suit up and grab all kinds of weapons, from ray guns to robots, that they take with them to Earth for a full global attack. After destroying the Washington Monument, they go after the White House, where schools are still taking kids on tour and the president plus his family are being taken to safety. The aliens break in and begin shooting every person they see, no matter if they're adults or children. They also break a chandelier that falls on top of Marcia's head, killing her. Security manages to kill various aliens in return, which allows Cedric and Neville, who have come here with their school, to steal a pair of ray guns and use their video game experience to kill a bunch of Martians as well, giving Dale and Taffy the chance to escape. Dozens of spaceships surround the planet and attack every city and town they can find. Land is still trying to make business and ignores his clients' warnings when they see the aliens arrive, which gets everyone killed when the building they're in is shot down. Cedric and Neville return home and defend their mother while she calls Byron, but the call is cut short when the aliens destroy all the wires on the street. In Nevada, Barbara is trying to escape in her husband's private plane to the Tahoe Caves where she can't be found by the Martians, but she needs someone that knows how to pilot now that Land is dead. The show of renowned singer Tom Jones is also interrupted by the aliens, who sneak in by taking the place of the backup singers before they begin killing everyone in the casino. Tom runs away and bumps into Byron, who knocks out a Martian and gathers some ray guns so they can defend themselves. Now Byron, Tom, Barbara, Cindy, and the rude gambler form a party to try to escape in Land's plane as Las Vegas catches fire under the alien attack. Meanwhile, Dale is safe in his bunker with his military leaders when he receives a call from the French president, who claims he's made a deal with the Martians. Dale tries to warn him it's a trap, but it's too late. The aliens immediately begin destroying the French government as well. Feeling hopeless, Dale finally gives in and gives Decker permission to use nuclear bombs, but it's pointless. The Martians use a special gadget that absorbs the explosion and then takes it to the leader, who proceeds to swallow it with a laugh. Richie gets into an argument with his parents, who want him to stay behind and defend their home, but Richie prefers to leave and rescue Florence. This turns out to be the perfect timing, because as soon as he gets in his truck, an alien arrives piloting a giant robot and destroys every trailer in the area before going after Richie. Fortunately, the boy gets an idea and drives under a bunch of electrical wires, getting the robot to bump into them and get electrocuted. Outside the casino, the rude gambler disapproves of Byron being the leader and goes his own way, which causes him to bump into an alien. Trying to negotiate is pointless and the Martian kills him anyway, only for a second later to get killed by Barbara in revenge. Back to Richie, he arrives at the nursing home, which is already under attack, and rushes to Florence's room. A group of Martians is about to kill her, but when Richie comes in, Florence turns around and accidentally disconnects her headphones from the record player. This causes the song to be played through the speakers, and the aliens' heads start exploding, revealing their only weakness, Slim Whitman's Indian love call song. The Martian leader together with 2 alien soldiers breaks into the president's bunker and kills Decker by shrinking him and stepping on him. The rest of the security guards are killed with ray guns, and Dale decides to buy some time by giving a heartfelt speech about different cultures coming together to work as one. This makes the Martian leader cry, but as he comes closer to shake Dale's hand, it's revealed the fingers are just another gadget that kills the president as well. Meanwhile, the casino party finally reaches the plane, but there's a group of aliens together with the ambassador waiting outside the hangar. To buy his friends some time, Byron goes to the Martians and challenges them to a boxing match. He manages to knock out the ambassador, but then all the other aliens jump on him as revenge. Barbara and Cindy can only watch with sadness how Byron is beaten up by the green crowd as Tom flies them away. In Washington, Louise continues to protect her sons when a bad feeling takes over her. Richie and Florence are driving around town with Indian Love Call playing at full volume to kill every alien in the area. Eventually, they make it to the radio station, and they begin transmitting the song for the whole country to hear. Soon, everyone catches on to this tactic. People all around the world play the song on their stereos, the military walks the streets with tanks that are also playing it through their speakers, and the song is also transmitted to the spaceships that are still flying around the planet. As the ships begin crashing against each other and even the leader succumbs to the music, Kessler and Natalie confess their love for each other, kissing right before the mothership crashed into the sea. Peace has already arrived by morning. As workers begin piling up alien bodies, Taffy acts as a representative of the government and gives Richie and Florence the Congressional Medal of Honor in the ruins of the White House. In town, Louise puts her sons to work while trying to ignore the bad feeling in her chest. She hasn't got anything to worry about though. Byron is fine, and he's now arriving home to reunite with his family. In Tahoe, Barbara, Cindy, and Tom emerge from the caves completely unharmed. The local animals quickly surround them, and Tom decides to celebrate humanity's victory by singing "It's Not Unusual." Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.